Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's rendition of You Sleep, You Lose. It is me, your host and your lord for the evening, Nori. And right now we shall pick our Manor Lord. Perhaps Leonardo DiCaprio. We shall choose a coat of arms that reminds us of both me and Leonardo DiCaprio. We were both in the movie Titanic together. That was extra number 69. And we shall pick something that reminds us of the Titanic. Blue, like the ocean. And silver, like the iceberg. Let us find a way to integrate the majestic Titanic into our coat of arms. Looks like a goat. No, this is the perfect Titanic image. The majestic boat. It reminds me of the one time where I went on a boat ride down in the Pacific Ocean. It was quite scary because I'm allergic to water. As we look into the mural of fighters, and we choose our location, which we are surrounded by blades of grass and trees and basalt. Let's choose where we shall settle our settlement. I think we are forced to stay within our own dimension, rooting our things and uprooting our valuables to discuss and choose our new form of life in our new town, Lauterflucht. Lauterflucht actually means beautiful sunrise in German. I went to Germany once. It was a great time. I really enjoyed the classical and traditional meal from Germany. Doner kebab. Doner kebab consists of meat, which is sometimes lamb or chicken, pressed into a beautiful bread-like pita, something that I've never tasted before. I'm getting quite hungry thinking about the doner kebab. Speaking of doner kebab, we shall build a little doner kebab in this area as we watch our settlers plow through the grass. Listen as our oxen, Janet, pulls the logs for construction. Thank you, Janet. We first purchased Janet from a sailor not too far from here. His name was Kevin, and he came all the way from Tahiti. We shall try and create perhaps a residence here, perhaps a storefront, perhaps an Aldi or a Lidl,
I think the window should go over there.
or a Walmart for my American viewers. Although there is now an Aldi and a Lidl in the United States of America. This is where we shall pick our berries. Perhaps make some jam. I wonder what kind of berries are in our town. What is your favorite berry? Is your favorite berry a blueberry? A strawberry? A raspberry? Perhaps a mango? Mangoes are the national sport of Tahiti. As we gather our resources and plan out our lands, how shall we develop Lauterflucht? Perhaps we can give them some water, as water is a source of life, laughter, and love. I remember the first time I had water. It was like it was only yesterday. There are times where we must think and act like water, perpetually wet. Water is very important to a lot of civilizations. The Romans, the Greeks, the ancient Polynesians, all relied on water. It is a source of life, happiness, and laughter. The quote, "Live, laugh, love," actually came from water. As we continue our journey of building our beautiful village of Lauterflucht, we must always remember that water, like football, is life. timber, he says as he cuts down another tree. Jebediah is our most popular and single eligible bachelor here in Lauterflucht. His generation goes back to 4 minutes upon settling here at Lauterflucht. Go on, young Jebediah. Cut down some more trees while I create these plot points for our plots.
I wonder who's floating away today. Hasn't stopped.
Shall we go northwards? No. We must follow what the wind tells us. So we shall go northwards. In Lauterflucht, there is an urban legend of a tall maiden that says hello every morning. Jebediah, along with the villagers, have confirmed that they've seen this young maiden delivering milk from the nearby village of Hansel and Gretelville. Hansel and Gretelville comes from a history of young fairy tales that have been adjusted and edited by Western society. Along with Cinderella Town, Avatar, the movie with the blue aliens, not Aang, which everyone can confirm and agree is the better Avatar.
Carry this alone.
I am currently an avatar. Not because my skin is blue, but because I like to go underwater and breathe.
You spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple. Can I stay with us, drink?
This is the homeless people's tents. It's called homeless people tents because it is a tent for homeless people. As a representative and the Lord of Lauterflucht, I am trying to solve for the number one issue of homelessness. As we watch Janet and Sir Baron carry these logs in the beautiful landscape of Lauterflucht.
Come along, lad.
Our beautiful town is ultra progressive as we cherish our animals as if they were human.
Summer's come soon. Soon the beating sun.
not in a weird sense where you can marry your oxen or your raccoon, but more in a sense where they sit on our dining table whilst they nibble on their food. We shall create a firewood factory as well as a saw pit in order for our town to grow. We will need to create multiple Aldis and Gualmar. Because we have 0 farmland, fertility. Farmland fertility is important to our small town of Lauterflucht. Because of our rich history of farming. As we continue to build the culture of Lauterflucht, one must ask themselves a question. What is rye? Baby, don't hurt me no more. You must also look up a few more resources because I'm not quite sure what this all means. A dead body is officially a resource in Lauterflucht. Perhaps it can be used as fertilizer or a flavor enhancer for our underground water that have been sourced from the well. Erlhard is our nearest neighbor, along with Albrucht. We must do our best to be friendly neighbors and to pass on our wealth which have been sourced from the most wonderful resource of our land. Janet the Oxen is running for mayor of Lauterflucht. We shall start our little residential plots in this area. Perhaps extend our marketplace in order to fulfill the demand of the residences of Lauterflucht. But for some reason I can't at a marketplace, so let's just add this thing, which is a shrine. That doesn't do anything yet because this is in early access. But perhaps the shrine could be a source of life, of love and happiness for the residents of Lauterflucht. Oh, what shall we put here? Perhaps it's another 3 or 4 points for plots, or perhaps something more important than housing and safety. Perhaps a bar. If we open up a bar, what kind of drinks are we going to serve? But of course, something in our timeline, like mead and beer, and perhaps even some White Claws. White Claws were named after claws that are white. As we look to expand our town of Lauterflucht, we must ask ourselves several questions. How will we be successful as a new settlement? How much food, clothing, and storage can we provide to our settlers? And how many White Claws can we serve before selling out? This is our marketplace, which most of our food is sold. Marketplace is short for marketplace of selling goods. Well, perhaps while you're dozing off into Sleepy Town, you can think about your favorite type of pants. Perhaps you like cargo pants, as you can utilize the pockets for storage. Perhaps you like skinny pants, as you like feeling your pants on your leg. Perhaps you're like me and refuse to wear pants. But no, pants are important. And as we talk about pants, we have now developed our settlement into another level. As we develop Lauterflucht into settlement number 1, settlement number 2, and eventually into its own country, we must think about the first development periods of our town of Lauterflucht. Our oxen Janet, our townsmen James, Billy, our town's women, Ashley, Maria, and Beth. We must never forget where we came from. Being a town of homeless settlers into a flourishing settlement of 5 families, 5 workers, a saw pit, a forager's hut, a logging camp, a storehouse and a house of store. We must be proud of ourselves. As we look into the future and think about what's next for us, what's next for you, what's next for me, we must never forget to ask ourselves, what's next for Lauterflucht? Farmers are important to our world as they provide us with vegetables and produce, plastic toys, cargo pants,
Why do I have to carry this alone?
and perhaps even a sense of humor that the farmers are known for having. I hope that as you are dozing off and starting your slumber into Sleepy Town, that you have an amazing evening. An even better night. But most importantly, the best day tomorrow. Here we are going to start building an expansion of our settlement as we gingerly go around the trees and the terrain. We establish our hunter village here. It's a long way down from our primary settlement in Lauterflucht, but it's necessary to go hunting, but also be thankful for the animals, for them providing meat, leather and hide, milk, and perhaps even a bit of friendship.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
thinking of expanding now. More here, perhaps even a bit of farmland. It's important to know that in order to expand our settlement, we need to provide our settlers with the 3 pillars: food, shelter, and pants. As I give you a quick tour of what we've created together, I just want to say thank you for spending your time here with me. I hope that my incoherent rambling and my unfunny comments has helped you fall asleep, have a little bit of fun before bed, and helped you unwind.
This is heavier than it looks.
Perhaps we can try this again. Perhaps not. Regardless, thank you for joining me on this little experiment as we take a look at our plots in our beautiful valley of Lauterflucht. Once again, it is I, your lord, Nori Pseudo McNasty, and it's an honor to have let you sleep and be here for your slumber. Have a good night.